Hey everyone, what is going on, and welcome back to today's video. In today's video, we're jumping back into another operator guide because it is another Sunday. In today's operator guide, we're going to be going over Pulse. So from now on, I'm just going to be picking the operators for this last stretch of the operators I have left to do, because voting system's going to be a bit iffy with the things I have going on Sunday, so I can't really put comments down, stuff like that. So I'm just going to continue to pick operators from now on. I'm not going to reveal them the week before. I'm just going to kind of start making them a surprise from now on, so hopefully you guys can get hyped. Leave who you want down below though, and I may consider making a video if one person is requested a lot. So make sure to go down below and let me know if you guys really desperately want someone. But do make sure to check if I've already made a guide, because there's a lot of comments that I get down in the comment section below saying, can you make a bandit guide, can you make a vigil guide? There's just two examples I can give that I get a lot of, and I've already made bandit and vigil guides. So make sure to check the operator guides playlist that I have on my channel before you go and request a guide. But if the operator is not done yet and you guys want a guide from them, then you can go down and let me know down below. Without further ado, I hope you guys do enjoy this video. Let's dive straight into it. So starting off, we're always going to start off with the weapon review for Pulse, and we're going to move on to the gadget utilization and finish off with the operator strategy. So without further ado, let's dive into the weapon review. So Pulse is equipped with the UMP-45 SMG, which packs in at 38 damage on 600 rounds per minute. This is 100% the weapon you should be bringing when you're playing Pulse. This thing just absolutely mows through everything in my opinion. I had a lot of fun using it. I'm not really the best Pulse or Castle player, so I don't really use this gun too much in actual competitive play, but I did have a lot of fun playing it in the clips you'll be watching behind me while I was playing a little bit of casual, just getting some clips for you guys to watch. And yeah, I definitely did enjoy using this gun a lot. It has a pretty high damage count coming with that 38 and a pretty consistent fire rate as well, which is pretty solid. Obviously, it's not the best weapon in the game. There are definitely better alternatives, and it is on the weaker side compared to some of the other defensive guns that are at the top of the range, but it is still a great weapon to use. And Pulse's ability is a very unique ability that you can bring to the roaming side, which you can pair up with this weapon to come into very good utilization. And you can pair it up with the next weapon we're going to go over as well, which is the M1014 shotgun. The medium to close range semi-automatic shotgun comes in at 32 damage on a trigger finger fire rate. You can shoot this thing incredibly fast. Obviously, you can't shoot it as fast as a pistol, say, but it is still quite a significantly fast shotgun, one of the fastest in the game. Definitely one of the most annoying to come up against as well, because especially when paired up with Pulse's gadget and you just get slammed through the floor with this thing, especially if you're just caught on a drone or you're just sitting there randomly, this thing's just going to absolutely ruin you, and you are not going to be happy when it happens. But yeah, this shotgun and the UMP are both two great primary weapons that Pulse has access to. I'd 100% recommend the UMP in my opinion, because obviously range is always going to help you out, but this is one of those situations where the shotgun can work on this operator. I don't usually recommend the shotgun at all on any operators really, but this is a situation where I believe the shotgun can definitely be utilized on maybe an equal level to the SMG, but obviously the SMG is always going to be the dominant and best thing you can bring, so I'd recommend bringing that. Now diving into his secondaries, he has access to the 5.7 USG, which comes in on 42 damage on a semi-automatic fire rate, and he has access to the M45 Moosok, which comes in at 58 damage on a semi-automatic fire rate. Both of these are semi-automatic pistols. Obviously, the 5.7 USG does less damage but has 20 bullets in the mag, whereas the Moosok does way more damage but has 7 bullets in the magazine. So really, it just depends on personal preference which weapon you want to bring when you are playing Pulse. So it just depends whether you feel you're accurate enough to hit your shots within those 7 shots and deal high damage, or you want that larger magazine size to just dump more and more bullets into people. Really, that's just completely personal preference. There's really nothing I wouldn't recommend either of these. They're both great pistols. Just depends whether you want to focus on damage or overall consistency. Now, Pulse has access to 2 equipments as well, as does every other operator, but I think you guys know what I'm talking about. But barbed wire, nitro cell. I would 100% recommend bringing the nitro cell when you're playing Pulse, because if you guys didn't know, Pulse's cardiac scanner, which we'll get into soon, allows you to detect enemies through floors and walls. And if you are not running the shotgun, the best way to get a bigger range and to catch someone through a floor or a wall is your nitro cell. So 100% utilizing this nitro cell is the #1 play you want to focus on when you're playing Pulse. Nitro cells are probably the most consistent thing you can use to get kills when you're playing Pulse. I would 100% recommend that you bring it along when you're playing on that defensive side. It's just a great thing to use, and it's really just the range the nitro cell has you can't really get with any of his primary or secondary weapons. So just to quickly touch up on that, like, I don't want to talk about this for too long. Barbed wire, on hands down, is still a great gadget. There's nothing wrong with barbed wire, but in Pulse's play style and utilization, I'd 100% recommend you bring the nitro cell. And with that out of the way, that's going to be the weapon review, and now we're going to dive into the gadget utilization. So if you didn't know already, and I have already gone over this, Pulse has access to the HB5 cardiac sensor, which is a heartbeat scanner which can read thermal signatures through walls and other obstacles. It has a 9-meter radius. When you get it out, you press your interact button to get your cardiac scanner out, and then within this 9-meter radius, it will pop up with little dot circles all around when you have this scanner out, and it will show you where an enemy is. This is especially useful when you are playing below an objective. If below the objective is soft and you are playing Pulse, this is where this can come incredibly in handy. And just anywhere really when someone's potentially repelled, someone's potentially sitting in a corner near a soft wall, basically any wall bangable situation or run outable situation, this is where Pulse comes in best. This is 100% how I'd recommend you guys play Pulse, and it's just aggression. He's a 3-speed. He has access to the roaming capabilities. He has a pretty solid weapon, 2 pretty solid weapons depending on how you want to play. And the scanner here just brings complete different play styles that you don't get with really any other operator, and you guys definitely should 100% utilize this if you're playing Pulse. So the best way I would say to utilize a cardiac sensor out of all of the things I already suggested is playing below a site. Playing below a site is probably the most efficient way to utilize Pulse, and say you are playing any site that has a soft floor, you go below that soft floor if it is obviously available. Obviously if you're on the bottom floor, it's not going to be a soft floor anyway, but if you're on the middle or top floor of any site and the floor below this objective is destructible, the prime example is Villa, the trophy room and statuary objective. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, give it a quick Google, but it's just a simple objective with the deer and the statues on Villa. Hopefully you guys know what I'm talking about. And when you flick over to this, you can see that the whole floor is just completely destructible, and Pulse playing below here is a very efficient strategy to counter plant, counter thermite pushes, counter basically anything if you just sit in the kitchen below. This is just a prime example of how to best utilize Pulse in terms of a gadget operator. Obviously, is still a strong roamer, and you can 100% play roam, coming upstairs with that scanner out, tracking people, looking out for runouts on maps like Cafe and Border. There's just so many ways to utilize the cardiac scanner, and it is, in my opinion, quite an underrated gadget and an underrated operator. The thing that does let him down probably is his weapon power, but that's completely understandable. But his gadget, in that sense, it's really good. And it definitely is underrated, but after explaining this, hopefully it does give you guys a little bit more insight on how to use it. But 100% the best way to utilize this gadget is to just sit below and just make use of it as best as you can, getting those pings through the floor or for the runouts, and just play aggressive. Obviously, you don't want to take aggression too far. Sometimes you have to analyze what is too aggressive. Potentially running out when you see 3 people on the scanner, probably not the best idea. But if you see a good opportunity and a smart opportunity, you gotta make sure to use your head when you're playing Pulse as well, because you can let your aggression get a little bit ahead of you, knowing where the enemy is. But if you can use your head and continue to play smart while you're playing Pulse, he's gonna do you great wonders, and you're gonna be a great siege player. And with that said, we're going to finish off quickly with the operator strategies. Now, 100% Pulse is a roaming operator. There is no doubt about it. Hands down, Pulse is a roaming operator. You should 100% play Pulse as a roamer when you are on the defensive side. Now, if you don't know what a roamer is, it just means someone who's not playing on site. You should be off site, running around the map, trying to get frags off on people who aren't expecting you from random ass locations. That's basically the definition of a roamer. And if you can utilize this correctly, the cardiac scanner is going to do you favors, because it's a great gadget to pair up with this roaming playstyle, along with a solid weapon, his solid secondary, that 3-speed utilization, which is going to make you quiet, and that bald head. All of these things are going to help you out in 100% honesty in getting that roaming clear done. The cardiac scanner is the prime example. Obviously, I've already gone over how you guys should play it. It's kind of a support roam, really, if you play it smart and safe, but obviously you can play an aggressive roam, like I said, doing runouts and stuff like that. That's 100% okay, and there's nothing wrong with doing that either. It will benefit your team, hopefully, but obviously, as I said before again, make sure to use your head when you're doing this stuff, and keep your IQ high. Don't do anything stupid. But basically everything in operator strategies I really already went over in the gadget utilization, but just a little bit reminder, I'd say, just use the cardiac scanner as your friend. It will help you out in majority of situations if you do remember to get it out before you are pushing up stairways, anything, the floors, runouts, everything. I know I've said all this multiple times already, but I'm just going to reiterate the point that the cardiac scanner is your friend, and if you use it correctly, Pulse is going to be a deadly person to come up against when you're playing him. But with that said, I think I'm repeating myself a little bit too much, so we're probably going to call the video there. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I hope you guys did find something new about Pulse while watching this video. Make sure to let me know down below if you did find something enjoyable or new that you didn't know about Pulse below from this video. And if you didn't find anything useful or this video was just absolute dog shit in your opinion, also let me know down in the comments below, because I'm always trying to make better videos for you guys. And if there's any way you think I can improve these videos, I'd appreciate it instead of just hating. Obviously, feel free to hate though, there's no problems with that. I'll probably reply to you and just give you a appreciate the love or something, which is always appreciated as well. Thank you for the view. But with that out of the way, I hope you guys did actually enjoy this video. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you did enjoy, leave a dislike if you didn't enjoy, leave a sub if you did enjoy and you want to check out future videos, and come check out my Twitch channel if you want to go the next step and are interested in watching me stream. I stream there every day except for Saturday from 7:15 PM Australian Eastern Standard Time until some random hour of the night. But with that said, I think that's enough talking from me. Hope you guys enjoyed. Good luck playing Pulse. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.